say to you, I persist in being Hal Sinden, Chief Hyperbole Physicist at Eulogy Media Limited, front numpty of progressive tweed botherers Talanas, the gentleman vapor, loyal servant to the true emperor, husband to a purple-haired pixie, father to a pointed beard, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next catalogue. I decided to do a little video diddly-diddly-diddly-do, since I have so much currently on my plate that it is broken, and it's simply easier to whiffle on at you in this medium, although in my case it's technically less of a medium, more of a large. By now, you'll know me as someone who is at least partially fond of the sound of my voice! And that I can go on a bit, so in the video's description I'll give you a little dinky tiny little time code thing that you can pop ahead to the bits that are more important to you, and that you figure that you're more important than anyone else not to see the other bits, sort of thing. So, without further ado, here are some of the subjects that have been petting with my periwinkle this week. This Saturday, March the 14th, legendary thrashed-out death metalers Darkane will be headlining Camden's Underworld, and, perhaps more importantly, Beyond Grace will be opening for them. Those of you without severe medium-term memory loss may remember that my band Talanas toured with Beyond Grace earlier last year, and they are simply lovely people. Should I say that about a death metal band? Okay, maybe not. They're utter rotters, and are worth viewing. It's a very last-minute addition to the bill. Doors are at 6 p.m. and the tickets are £12 in advance. Saunter over to facebook.com/wearebeyondgrace for more details and general lack of facial hair. I am all aflutter with pride to announce that not one, but two Eulogy Media artists shall be heading out on tour together in April all over the UK, like a sort of harsh but melodic duvet. Spires are from Manchester, and despite that managed to sound a bit like the sound of this sound, whilst also making sounds like something that would sound a little bit like this. Whilst Agonyst have managed to get out of Norfolk, and by doing so have done things that look a bit like this. And they shall be hitting Manchester, Wakefield, Winchester, London with its descendant, Wellingborough and Bury St Edmunds. The Whisperer by Spires is now out via Eulogy Media, which you can find at spiresband.co.uk, and Bad Old Days by Agonyst will be released soon also through Eulogy Media over the coming months. It features artwork by Jason Hicks of Dark Visions, which I can safely report is nose-flaringly good. Check up on their oddness at facebook.com/agonyst. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah. My next custom guitar, Syrinx, is currently being made by Adam Barth of Elysian Guitars. He's an enormously accomplished luthier, and is even from America, which is rather novel. He's also just launched a Kickstarter campaign for this rather novel tuned aperture pickup design. Now, I'll not paraphrase him for fear of getting some of the details wrong, but instead I suggest you go and look at the video linked in the description down below, as frankly, it surprised me at how obvious the novel bit of technology is. It's a top-notch idea and is worthy of support. You can also find the details at elysianguitars.com. As a brief rundown of other artists on Eulogy Media, Runnock's album Between Two Worlds continues to collect stellar reviews. They may also have something a little new to show something fairly soon, and still play more strings than you. I and the other chaps in Talanas will still be cracking on with creating the Asylum DVD content, despite still not having a studio to base ourselves from. Damn are finally recording new material. Beth Ryan still has purple hair, and you can hear her latest song on the Spheres of Influence free sampler DVD. The Black Stymphalian have a new t-shirt out, which apparently is okay to wear around your head during a paintball match at one of these office away day activities. Jordan Reyne. She's a little like someone telling you a really good folk story whilst setting themselves on fire. Some may recognise her from her work with goth super hyper mega ultimate hyper supergroup The Eden House, but oddly I managed to find her by putting in the term dark folk into YouTube, which someone later pointed out could have given some rather awkward results indeed. She's really excellently wonderful. And alongside the whacking great list of tour dates currently doing their nut all over her website, I strongly recommend checking out her Maiden Mother Crone trilogy of releases via jordanreyne.com. Sorry, yeah. Stars check, thank you. David Stanton, who you may recognise as being from such bands as Tempest Fusion, Acid Empire and Sorcerer's Spells, whereas lately being from Season's End, is the man who created the rather nifty motion graphic ident that is used for all Eulogy media pieces. He's very good at it, and I would advise you have a word with him, perhaps via Facebook, if you're in need of a striking title piece of some sort. The Pot Topic Podcast. Bit of a tongue twister. This is a new comedic podcast that I've been involved with for a few weeks, with the first recording taking place actually at my birthday party in February. And we're now already on our third episode release. The best way I can describe it is a collection of friends or reprobates getting together to go over hidden topics presented by other friends and listeners over a bottle of whiskey. For those who know me, it involves the North Kent crew, which includes my lovely lady wife, and everyone who tends to occupy the late and loud shift at one of my typical house parties. And you can also contribute your own topics via pottopicpodcast.com, so do get yourself involved, although I must warn you, most episodes range from being a little bit silly to downright offensive. Certain people can at times be the go-to brand for what is needed, and recently I found myself calling on the expertise of Blink Design Studios over a number of projects. Blink have been instrumental in quite a bit of the web consultation that I've needed for various site woes and setup issues alongside marketing and graphic work, and advice that has been frankly vital. If, like me, you find subjects such as web integration a little like trying to swat a fly with an eiderdown, then do pop over to weareblink.com to see what's available. I've recently taken to the world of vaping somewhat like a duck to the slaughter, and for all of the toing and froing that the international press seem to be doing on the subject, I remain very much for it, since I see it not only as a great way to give up smoking, but also find it extremely pleasurable. I don't claim that it's a surefire way to improve your health, nor do I condone marketing it towards underage tiddlers or teens, but more that my immersion into its community and culture has taught me a lot more about it than your average punter or red-top tabloid scaremonger might know. I won't bore you with fanaticism, but instead, I offer a simple request. If you like vaping, or know of anyone wanting to give up smoking, do please check out my local vaping shop, Atomwise, which you can find at Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as Atomwise UK. Recently opened in Kentish Town, they're currently trying to expand their customer base and online presence, and I said that I'd help them out where I can, so please do go and add yourself if you're that way inclined. Incidentally, I'll also be starting a vaping blog pretty soon, where I'll also be concentrating on tea and fine tailoring, so do please watch out for the Gentleman Vapor in due course. Thank you very much for listening to all of this. I know it's been long, but then so is life, most motorways and the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven. And remember, if chivalry is in fact dead and buried, then what better time than now
to become a necromancer?
Voodoo magic man, be seeing you.